Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows do with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage, the which, if you with patient ears attend, what you shall miss, our toil shall strike an end.
I strike quickly, being moved to stand. I will take the wall of any man or maid Montagues. When I fought with the men, I will be true of the maids and cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids?
Aye, the heads of the maids, or the maiden heads. Me they shall feel while I'm able to stand, and 'tis known I'm a pretty piece of flesh.
Draw thy tool. Here comes he of the house of the Montagues.
My naked weapon is out. I will bat my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them, if they bear it. Do you bite your thumb at us, sir? I do bite my thumb, sir. Do you bite your thumb at us, sir? Is the law of our side if I say aye?
No.
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
If you do, sir, then I am for you. I serve as good a man as you.
No better? Yes, better, sir. You lie!
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Now my daughter is a 12-year-old. I say they work. One lad, one ladybird. God forbid, I said, yeah. What? Juliet! Juliet!
What? Art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Balthazar, look upon thy death.
I do, but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or manage to part these men with me.
What? Drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word as I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee.
What noise is this? Give me my long sword.
Why call you for a sword?
Old Montague is come. Thou villain Capulet!
Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace, you men, you beasts, that quench the fire of your pernicious rage with purple fountains issuing from your veins, on pain of torture, from those bloody hands throw your mistempered weapons to the ground, and hear the sentence of your moving prince. Flee! Civil brawls, bred of an airy word by thee, old Capulet, and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time, all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me, and Montague, come you this afternoon to know our further pleasure in this case, to old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
Who said this ancient quarrel knew approach? Speak, nephew, will you buy where it began?
Yeah, with the servants of your adversary and yours. Close fighting here, I did approach. I drew to part them.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you her today? Right glad I am she was not at this fray.
Sir, an hour before the worship's sun, so early walking did I see her. Towards her I made, but she was ware of me, and stole into the covert of the wood.
Many a morning have she there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning dew. Away from the light steals home my heavy one, and private in chambers pens herself, shuts up windows, locks fair daylight out, and makes an artificial night. Black and pretentious must this humour prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know of it, nor can learn of it.
See where she comes, so please you, step aside. I know the screeving, so be much denied.
I would thou were so happy by thy state to hear true shrift. Come, let's away.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
When you struck 9?
Ay me, sad hours seem long. Was that my father that went hence so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which, having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of favour where I am in love.
Alas, that love, so gentle in your view, should be so tyrannous and waffen-proof.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still, should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where should we dine? Oh me. What fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I've heard it all. It has much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, oh brawling love, oh loving hate, oh loving of anything fierce create, heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep, that is not what it is. This love feel I, that feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, cause I rather weep.
Good heart of what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such is love's transgression. Griefs of mine own lie heavy in my breast, which thou wilt propagate to have it pressed. With more of thine, this love that thou hast shown, doth add more grief to too much of mine own. Love is a smoke raised with the fume of sighs, being purged of fire sparkling in lover's eyes, being vexed a sea nourished with lover's tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall and a preserving sweet. Farewell.
Soft, I will go along, and if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
Tut, I have lost myself, I am not here, this is not Romeo.
Tell me, in sadness, who's it that you love?
What? Shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan? Why no, but sadly tell me who.
Did the sick man in sadness make his will? Where dill urge the one that is so ill? In sadness, cousin, I do love...
Be ruled by me, Forget to think.
Oh, teach me how I shall forget to think.
By giving liberty unto fine eyes, examine other beauties. One fire burns out another's burning. One pain is lessened by another's anguish. Turn, giddy, and be helped by backward turning. One desperate grief cures with another's languish. Take some new infection into thy eye, and the rank poison of the old will die.
Thou canst not teach me to forget.
Why, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but far more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented and... Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, County Anselm and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Vitravio, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, mine Uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosaline, Livia, Signor Valentino and his cousin Tybalt, Lucio, and the lively Helena. A fair assembly. Whither should they come?
Our masters, the sentients, feast the Capulets.
I'll go along. No such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendour of mine own. Farewell.
I'll pay that doctrine, or else die in debt.
Montague is bound as well as I. In penalty alike, 'tis not hard to think for men so old as we to keep the peace. My child is yet a stranger to this world. She hath seen a change of 14 years. But let 2 more summers wither their pride, ere we may think it right to be a bride. Ah! Woo her, gentle Paris. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I've invited many guests, such as I love. And you, one more most welcome, among the store makes my number more my poor house. Look to behold this night, earth-trending stars that make dark heaven light, such comfort as do lusty young men feel. On well-apparelled April, on the heel of limping winter trends, shall you this night, among fresh female buds, inherit all at my house. Hear all see, whose most merit most shall be, in many mine being one, though in reckoning none. Come, go with me.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Now by my maidenhead, a 12-year-old I bade her come. What lamb, what ladybird? God forbid, where's this girl? What, Juliet?
How now? Who calls?
Your mother.
Madam, I am here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. Thou hast remembered me. Thou must hear our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age unto an hour.
She's not 14.
I'll lay 14 in my teeth until my teeth be spoken. I'll have She is not 14. How long is it now till Lamb's tide?
fortnight and on days.
Even a round of all days in the year, come Lammas Eve night shall she be 14.
Thou wast the fittest babe I ever nursed, and I might live to see thee married once.
I have my wish. Marry.
Marry is the very theme of which I came to talk of. Tell me, does Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honour that I dream not of.
An honour? Were I not thine only nurse, I would say thou wouldst suck the wisdom from thy teeth.
Think of marriage now. Here in Verona, ladies of esteem, younger than you, are made already mothers. By my count, I was much your mother upon these years. That you are now a maid. Thus, in brief, the young Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady. Lady, such a man as all the world, why, he is a man of wax.
Verona's summer hath not such a flower.
Nay, he is a flower. In faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris's face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament, and see how in one another leads content. And what obscured in their volume lies, find written in the margin of his eyes, this precious book of love, this unbound lover. To beautify many lacks a cover. The fish lives in the sea, and 'tis much pride, for fair without fair within to hide. This book, that many eyed doth share the glory, in gold clasps locks the golden story. So shall you share all that he doth possess, by having him, making yourself no less.
No less. Nay, bigger. Women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris's love?
I look to like, if looking like it move, but no more deep line dars mine eye, than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Juliet, the guests are come. Supper is served as you asked. Juliet, the count stays.
Go again. See happy nights to happy days.
Give me a torch. I am not for this ambling, being but heavy I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes made of nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground, I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I am too sore and pierced with his shaft, too sore with his light feathers and so bound. I cannot bound a pitch above dull well. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love. Too great depression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like a thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking and beat you love down.
Come, knock and enter, and no sooner every man be taken to his legs.
Like wantons of light tickle the senses rushes with their heels. Crying proverbs with a grandsire phrase. I'll be a candle holder and look on. The game was ne'er so fair, and I am done.
Come, we bear daylight home.
Nay, that's not so.
I mean in delay. We waste our lights in vain like lamps by day. Take our good meaning for our judgment sits. 5 times in our ear, once in our 5 wits.
And we mean well in going to this masque, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamed a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was
The
yours?
dream is often mine.
In bed asleep while they do dream things true.
Oh, then I seen Queen Mab living with you. She's the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the 4th finger of alderman. Drawn with a team of little atomies, athwart men's nose they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes, the long spinner's legs, the covers of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider's web, The colours of the moonshine's watery beams, her whip, cricket's bone, the lash of film, her waggoner, a small grey-coated knight, not so big as a rowel and pricked from the lazy figure of a maid, a chariot and empty hazel nut, made by the joiner squirrel old grub. Time out to mind the fair's coachmaker, and in this state she gallops, night by night, through lovers' brains, and they do dream of love. Our courtier's knees who dream on courtesy straight, our lady's fingers who dream on fees, our lady's lips who straight dream on kisses, which oft hang about with blisters plagues, because their breaths were sweetmeats tainted dark. And sometimes gallops her courtier's nose, and dreams here spanning after suit. And sometimes comes she with tight pigtail, tickling a parson's nose as they lie asleep. And sometimes dry the sure a soldier's neck, and dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breeches, ambuscados, and Spanish blades, of healths 5 fathoms deep, and then anon drums in his ear, of which he starts and wakes, and thus being frightened swears a prayer or two, and sleeps again. This is that very man that plats the manes of horses in the night, and baits the elf-locks in foul, sluttish hairs, that much entangled, much misfortune bodes. This is that very hag that when maids lie on their backs, presses them and learns them first to bear. This is she.
Peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talkest of nothing.
True, I talk of dreams which are nothing but children of my eyes and brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is more inconstant than wind, who frozen bosoms of the north, and this being angered, turns his face to the dew dropping south.
This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves, supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives. Some consequence yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin this fearful date. If this night's revels and expired the term of despise life closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath steerage of my course, direct my sail. On, lusty gentlemen.
Welcome, gentlemen. The ladies have had their toes unplayed with the corns and will have a bout with you. My mistress, which all you would deny to dance, she swear have corns and come ye now. Welcome, gentlemen. I have seen the day that I wore a visor and could tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear. 'Tis gone, 'tis gone, 'tis gone. You are welcome, gentlemen. Come, musicians, play. A hall, a hall. Give room.
What lady is that?
I know not.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night, like a rich jewel in an Ethiopia. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. So shows a snowy dove trooping with crows, as yonder lady over her fellow shows. The measure done, I'll watch her place of stand, and touching hers, make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now? I swear it's sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This by a voice should be a Montague. What dares the slave come hither, covered with an antic face, to flare and scorn at our solemnity? Now by the stock and honour of my kin, to strike her dead, I hold it not a sin.
Why now, kinsman? Wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, 'tis a Montague, our foe, a villain that is hither come in spite, to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis she, that villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle coz. She bears him like a portly gentleman, and to say the truth, her owner brags of her to be virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not for all the wealth of this town here in my house do her this empowerment. Therefore, be patient, take note of it.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure her.
You'll not endure her? What good man, boy? Am I the master here, or you? You'll not endure her? God mend my soul, I'll make you quiet! More light! More light! For shame! What? Surely, my heart.
Patience perforce with wilful calling meeting makes my flesh tremble with their different greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, convert to bitter gall.
Married my child.
My mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and a virtuous. I nursed her daughter that she talked withal. I tell you, sir, he that shall lay hold of her shall have the chink.
Is she a Capulet? Dear account, my life is my foe's debt.
Away! Be gone! The sport is at the best.
Aye, so I fear. More is my rest.
Prepare not to be gone, gentlemen. We have a trifler's fruits banquet towards. Is it even so? Why then, I thank you all. I thank you. Honest gentlemen. Good night. Sirrah, by my fray, it waxes late. I'll to my rest.
Who is that yonder? Who asks?
Romeo. And Montague.
My only love, sprung from my only hate. Too early seem unknown, unknown too late. But Jesus bear the love it is to me, that I must love a loved enemy.
What's this? What's this?
A rhyme, I learned even now, when I danced with her.
Come, let's away. Strangers are not gone.
Doth in a deathbed lie, and young affection grapes to be an heir. Once love groaned and would die, with tender Juliet matched. Romeo is beloved and loves again, alike bewitched by the charm of looks, but a foe he must complain. But she steals sweet bait from fearful hooks, but passion lends them power, hand to meet, tempting extremities.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy centre out.
Romeo! My cousin Romeo!
Romeo is wise. By my lie hath stolen home to bed. Romeo ran this way and left this orchard wall. Call, good Mercutio! Romeo, humours, madman, passion lover, appear down the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme, and I am satisfied. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eye, her high forehead, her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, her straight leg, her quivering thigh, and at the menses that adjacent line, that in thy likeness appear to us. And if she heard thee, thou wilt anger her. Come, Romeo, have hid amongst his cheese, to be consorted with the humorous night. Blind is her love, and best befits the dark. If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Now was sat under a medlar tree, wishing his Juliet with the kind of fruits that maids call medlars when they laugh alone. Romeo, that you were, oh that you were an open arse, and thou a bumper impaired. Shall we go? For 'tis in vain. To seek them here, that means not to be found.
He jested scars that never felt a wound. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. That thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Their best livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it, cast it off. It is my lady. It is my love. Oh, that she knew, she wear, she speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Your eye discourses, I will answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven having some business to entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there? They in her head. The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars like daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand.
Ay me.
She speaks.
O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name. Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, thou not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor face, nor arm, nor any other part. Be some other name. What's in a name? The which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were not Romeo called. Retain that dear perfection which he was without that title. Romeo doth thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take yet thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
Aye, who art thou, that thus bescreened in night, so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo, and a Montague?
Neither, if either thee dislike.
This place is death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I overperch these walls. Stony limits cannot hold love out. And what love can do that dares love attempt, therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight. But thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death corrode wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundest thou out this place?
By love, who first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot yet. Wert thou as far as that vast shore, washed with the farthest sea, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek. For thou wish thou hadst heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke. But farewell compliment. I'd love as perjuries. They say, Joe laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or, if thou thinkst I'm too quickly one, I'll frown and be preserved and say the nay, so thou wilt will. But else, not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore, thou may think my hair delight, but trust me, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. But, that thou overheardest ere I was ware, my true love's passion, therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night have so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or, if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
With my heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear. Although I join thee, I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like lightning, which shall cease to be, ere one can say it lightens. Sweet, good night. This bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, may prove a beauteous flower next we meet. Good night, to sweet repose and rest. Come to take thy heart, is that within my breast?
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it. And yet, I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and give it thee again. And yet, I wish, but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep, and both are infinite.
Madam!
And on goodness, sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little. I will come again.
I am afeard. Being a night or this is but a dream. Too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words. Send me word tomorrow, and I'll procure to come to thee. And all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lady, throughout the world.
Madam!
And on goodness. But if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam!
Bye, come. A 1,000 times. Good night.
1,000 times the worst to want thy light. Love goes toward love as schoolboys from their books. But love toward love from school with heavy looks.
Psst. Romeo? Psst. Oh, for a falconer's voice, to lure this tassel gentle back again. Bondage is hoarse, and may not speak aloud, else would they tear the cave where echo lies, and make her airy tongue more hoarse than mine, with repetition of my Romeo sing.
It is my soul that calls upon my name. How silver sweet sound tongues by night like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo, at what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
At the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I should say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell in thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I wear sleep and peace so sweet to rest? Hence will I go to my ghostly father's cell, his help to crave, my dear hap to tell.
The grey-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering eastern clouds with streaks of light, and flecked darkness like a drunkard reels from forth day's path and Titan's fiery wheels. Now ere the sun advances burning eye, the day to cheer and night stank dew to dry. I must upfill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juiced flowers. Virtue itself turns vice, being misapplied, and vice sometimes by action dignified. Within the infant rind of this small flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this, being smelt, with that part cheers each part, being tasted, slays all senses with the heart. Two such opposed kings encamp them still, in man as well as herbs, grace and rude will. And where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Tomorrow, Father.
Benedicte, what early tongue so sweet salute me? Thy earliness doth me assure. Thou art uproused by some distemperature, or if not so, here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
That last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Wast thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, my ghostly father? No. I've forgotten that name, and that name's well.
But where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee. Don't ask me again. I have been feasting with my enemy.
Be plain and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know my hard sailor set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers as hers is set on mine, and all combined, say what thou must combine.
Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosaline, whom thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Thou in these woes were all for Rosaline, and art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou chidest me oft for loving
For
Rosaline,
doting, not for loving,
and bates me bearing
not
love.
afraid to lay one in another out to harm.
I pray thee, chide not she, whom I love now, doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well. Thy love did read by rote and could not spell. But come, young waver, come with me. In one respect I'll thy assistant be, for this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancour to pure love.
Oh, let us hence, I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight? Not to their fathers. Tybalt, the kinsman of old Capulet, hath sent a letter to Montague's house.
A challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Anyone that may write can answer a letter.
Nay, she will answer the letter's master, how she dares be dead.
Alas, poor Romeo, already dead, stabbed with a white wench's black eye and shot through the ear with a love song.
Why, what is Tybalt?
More than a prince of cats, I can tell you. Oh, he's the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing prick songs, keeps time, distance, and proportion. Rest me his minimum rest. 1, 2, and the third in your bosom. A duelist, a gentleman of the very first house. The immortal passado, the punto reverso, the height.
The what?
The pox of such antics, lisping, affecting fantasticos, these new tuners of accents. By Jesu, a very tall man, a very good blade, a very good whore. Is it not such a lamentable thing, grandsire, that we should see thus afflicted by these strange flies, these fashionmongers, these podonomies, who stand so much in the new form, they cannot ease on the old bench.
Oh, their bones, their bones.
What more to you both? What counterfeit did I give you?
The ship, sir. The slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio, my business is great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much as to say. Such a case as yours can train a man to bow in the hams.
Meaning to courtesy?
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Name the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower.
Right.
Why then is my pump well flowered?
Well said.
Following this dress last worn off that pump, and when the single sword is worn, the gesture remain after the wearing sole singular.
Oh, single soul, singular, solely single for the singleness.
Oh, come between us, good Balthazar, my wits faint.
Oh, switch and spares, or I'll cry a match.
Nay, for if thy wits run the wild goose chase, I am done. For thou hast more of the wild goose in one of thy wits than I have, I am sure, my whole 5. Was I with you there for the goose?
Thou was not with me for anything when thou was not there for the goose.
I will bite thy ear for that, yes.
Nay, good goose, bite not.
Oh, your wit is very bitter, sweeting is a most sharp sauce.
And is it not well served into a sweet goose?
Oh, here's a wit of cheverel. That stretches from an inch narrow to an ell broad.
I stretch it out for that word, broad, which, added to the goose, proves thee far and wide a broad goose. Here's goodly gear.
Got ye good morrow, gentlemen.
Good ye good den, fair gentlewoman.
Is it good den?
'Tis no less, for the bawdy hand of dial in the prick of noon.
Out upon you, what a man are you?
One, good gentlewoman, that God hath made for himself to mar.
By my troth, it is well said for himself to mar. Quoth I. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can tell you. But young Romeo will be a lot older when you found her than she was when you sought her. I am the youngest of that name for fault of a worse.
You say well.
Yeah, it's the worst well. Aye, faith, wisely.
If you be... he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She'll indict her to some supper.
Aboard! So...
Oh,
I will follow you.
farewell, ancient lady. Farewell.
Marry, farewell. I pray you, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
One good gentlewoman that loves to hear himself talk,
And
and will speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
and A speak anything against me, I'll take him down. And A will see than he is 20 such jacks. And if I cannot, I'll find those that shall. Scurvy knave. I'm none of his flirt gills. I'm none of his skeins mates. And thou must stand by too, and suffer every knave to use me at his pleasure.
I saw no man use you a
Now,
pleasure.
for God, I am so vexed every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave. Pray you, sir, a word. And as I told you, my young lady bade me inquire you out. What she bade me say, I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell you, if ye should lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say, is where a very gross kind of behavior, as they say, but the gentlewoman is young. And therefore, if you should deal double with her, truly is where an ill-advised thing to be offered to any gentlewoman. And a very weak deal.
Commend me to thy lady and mistress, I protest unto
Good
thee.
heart, and I faith, I will tell her as such. Lord, she'll be a joyful woman.
Well, what wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mock me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which as I take it is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to shrift this afternoon, and there she shall, at Friar Lawrence's cell, be shrived and married. Here is for thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon? Well, she shall be there.
Commend me to thy lady.
Now, God in heaven bless thee. Hark you, sir.
What sayest thou, my dear nurse?
Well, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Lord, when 'twas a little prating thing, Oh, there is a nobleman in town, one Paris, who would fainly knife abroad. But she, good soul, see him as lief see a toad. A very toad as she see him. I anger her sometimes, and I tell her that Paris is the proper man. But I'll warrant you, when I say so, she looks as pale as any clouds in the versal world. To
Doth not Rosemary and Romeo both begin with a letter?
Aye, nurse, what of that? Both of them are.
And she had the prettiest sententious of it, of you and Rosemary, that it would do you good to hear it.
Remember me to thy lady.
Aye, 1,000 times.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she couldn't meet her. That's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love heralds should be thoughts which, 10 times faster, glide than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over lowering hills. Therefore, do nimble patient doves store love, and therefore have the wind swift Cupid wings. Now as the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours, yet she has not come. Had she affections and warm youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. My words were bandy hair to my sweet love, and hairs to me. But old folks, many fain as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh God, she comes. Oh honeyness, what news? Oh Lord, why lookest thou sad? Thou news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news, by playing it to me with so sour a face.
I am aweary. Give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache. What a jaunt have I had.
I would thou hadst my bones, and I thy news. Nay, come, speak, good goodness, speak.
Jesu, what haste! Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath, when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tell us is excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either, and I'll stay the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
You have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo, not she, though her face be better than any man's, for her leg excels all men's. For a hand and a foot and a body, though they not be talked on, they are past compare. Go thy ways, wench. Save God. What? Have you dined at home?
No. No. But all this I did know before. What says he of us? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches. What a head have I. It beats as if it were breaking 20 pieces. Oh, my back, oh, the other side, my back, my back. Be sure your half is sending me about to catch my death for jaunting up and down.
In faith, I am sorry that thou art not well. Sweet, sweet, sweet nurse, tell me, what says my Romeo?
Your love sings. Like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and I warrant a virtuous. Where is thy mother?
Where is my mother? When she is within! Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother?
Oh, God's lady, are you so hot? Marry, I trow, is this the pulses of my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself!
Here's such a coil, come! What says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. There stays your love to make you a wife. How comes the one tumbled upon your cheeks? They'll be scarlet straight at any news. Hie you to church.
I die, fortune! Honestness! Farewell!
I must another way.
smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen, amen. Come what sorrow cannot countervail the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in his sight. Love devouring death, do what he dare. It is enough I may but call him mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss, consume the sweetest honey is loathsome in his own deliciousness, and in the taste confounds the appetite. Therefore love moderately. Long love doth so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Look, here comes the lady. Oh, so light of foot will near out the everlasting flint that a lover may bestride the gossamer that idles in the wanton summer air and yet not fall. So light is vanity.
Good even. To my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
Conceit, more rich in matter than in words, brags of his substance, not of ornament. They are but beggars that count their worth. But my true love is grown to such excess, I cannot sum up some of half my wealth.
Come with me, and we will make short work, for by your leave you shall not stay alone till Holy Church incorporate two in one.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the Capulets abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl. For now, these hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of those fellows that upon entering the confines of a tavern, claps me a sword upon a table and says, God, send me no need of thee. By the operation of the second cup, draws it upon the drawer, when there is indeed no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come, come, thou art as hot in thy mood as any Jack in Italy, and as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
And what two?
And there were two such. We shall have none shortly. One would kill the other. Why, thou wilt quarrel with a man who hath hair more, or hair less, and his beard than thou hast. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts, having no other reason thou hast hazel eyes. What I, Constitution I, would spy out such a quarrel, then thou wilt treat to me from quarrelling.
By my head, here come the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Gentlemen, good den, a word with one of you.
A word with one of us, coupled with something like a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort? What? Shalt thou make us minstrels? Here's my fiddlestick. That shall make you dance!
We talk here in the public haunts of men, and reason coldly of your grievances. Either withdraw unto some private place, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes are made to look. Let them gaze. I will budge for no man's pleasure, I.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
I'll be hanged, sir, if he were your livery. Marry, go before the field. He will be your follower. Your worshipman in that sense may call him man.
Romeo, their hate, I bear thee, can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason I have to love thee doth much excuse my appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain, I am none. Therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
This shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love. So, good Capulet, whose name I tender as dearly as my own, be satisfied.
Calm! Dishonourable! Vile submission! Tybalt, you rat-catcher, will you walk?
Why, what wouldst thou have with me?
Good king of cats, nothing one of your 9 lives, that it should use me hereafter. I mean to make balls with all, and dry beat the rest of the 8. Should you pluck your sword off his pitcher by the ears? Make haste, lest mine be about your ears. Here it be out!
I am for you.
Lord Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir, your passado.
Draw, Balthazar, be down their weapons, gentlemen, for shame, forbid this outrage. Tybalt Mercutio, the prince expecting banding in Verona streets. Hold, Tybalt!
Lord Mercutio.
Plague on both your houses. I'm spent! Is it gone and has nothing?
What art thou here?
I, a scratch. Money. Where's my page? Go, villain, fetch a surgeon!
Courage, man, the hair cannot be much.
No, there's not so wide as the church door, not so deep as a well. Not so. 'Tis enough. Ask for me tomorrow, you shall find me a grave man. I'm peppered. I am warrant for this world. A plague on both your houses! Sound a dog, a rat, a rogue, a villain, a scratch a man to death, a rogue, a braggart, who fights by the book of arithmetic. Why the devil came here between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me into the house. I shall faint. A plague on both your houses. They have made worms meat of me. I have it and soundly too. A plague on both your houses!
Romeo! Romeo! Brave Mercutio's dead! The gallant spirit of a spider clouds, into eternity to scorn upon the earth.
This days, like fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woe, others must end. Alive in triumph, and Mercutio slain. Away to heaven, respect of lenity, and may fire I fury be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, take the villain back again that late thou gavest me. For Mercutio's soul is but a little way above our heads. Staying for thine to keep him company, either thou or I or both must go with him.
Thou wretched girl that didst consort him here shall with him hence.
This shall determine that.
Romeo, be gone! Away! The citizens are up and Tybalt slain! The prince will doom me death if art thou taken!
I am fortune's fool!
Why dost thou stay?
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
O noble prince, I can discover all the unlucky marriage of this fatal brawl. Here lies the man slain by young Romeo, that slew thy kinsman brave Mercutio.
Balthazar, who began this bloody fray.
Tybalt, he is slain, who Romeo's hands had slain. Romeo that spoke in fair, bade him to bethink how nice the quarrel was, and urged with all your high displeasure. All this uttered with gentle breath, calm look, knees humble bowed, could not take juice with your newly spleen of Tybalt death to peace, but that he tilts a piercing steel at bold Mercutio's breast, who all his hot turns deadly point to point, and with a martial scorner's one hand beats cold death aside, and with the other sends it back to Tybalt, whose dexterity retorts it. Romeo cries aloud, hold, friends, friends, part, and swifter than his tongue's agile arm beats down their fatal punch, and twixt them rushes underneath his arm, and envious thrust from Tybalt hit the life of stout Mercutio, and then Tybalt fled, but by and by comes back to Romeo, who had newly obtained revenge, and today go like lightning, for ere could draw to part them, was stout Tybalt slain, and as he fell, did Romeo turn and fly. This the truth, or let Balthazar die!
He is kinsman to the Montague. Affection makes him false, he speaks not true. Some 20 of them fought in this black strife. Some 20 of them killed all but one life. I beg for justice that prince must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live!
Romeo slew him, he slew Mercutio, who now the price of his dear blood doth owe.
Not Romeo, prince, he was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes, but what war should end the life of Tybalt?
And for that effect, immediately we do exile him hence. I have an interest in your hates proceeding. My blood for your rude brawls doth lie a-bleeding, but I'll amerce you with so strong a fine that you shall repent the loss of mine. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses. No tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses, therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else, when he's found, that hour is his last. Bear hence his body and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill.
apace, you fire-footed steeds, towards Rieper's lodging. Such a wagon as Phaeton would whip you to the west, and bring the cloudy night immediately. Spread thy close curtain, love-performing night. The runaway's eyes may wink, and Romeo leaped to these arms and talked of an unseen. Lovers can see to do their amorous rites by their own beauties, or, if love be blind, best agrees with night. Come, night, come Romeo, come now day and night. Thou wilt lie upon the wings of night, whiter than new snow on a raven's back. Come, gentle night, come, loving, black-browed night. Give me my Romeo, and, when she shall die, take care, and cut her out the little stars, and she will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night, and pay no worship to the garish sun. Now, nurse, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands? Oh, well a day. Dead.
Dead! We are undone, lady. We are undone. Alas, the day! Good, kill, dead! Can ever be so envious? Romeo can. No, heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo. Romeo! Whoever would have thought it! Romeo, what devil art thou, that dost torment me thus? This torture should be broadened as well. Hath Romeo slain herself? Say thou but I. If she be slain, say I. Or if not, no! Brief sounds determine of my wheel of woe. Banished. Romeo that killed him, she is banished! Oh God! Did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood? Alas, the day it did. Oh, serpent heart, hid with a flowering face. Did ever dragon keep so fair a cave? Beautiful tyrant, fiend angelical, dove-feathered raven, wolvish raving lamb, despised substance of divinest show, just opposite to what thou justly seemest. A damned saint, an honourable villain. Oh, nature! What hast thou to do in hell? When thou devour the spirits of a fiend in moral paradise of such sweet flesh? Was ever book containing such vile matter so fairly bound? Oh, that a saint should dwell in such a gorgeous palace. There is no trust, no faith, no honesty in men. All perjured, all forsworn, all not, all to set the shame comes to Romeo! Blessed be thy tongue for such a wish! Oh! What a beast was I to chide at her! Will you speak well of her that killed your cousin? Shall I speak ill of her? What tongue shall smooth thy name, when I, thy 3 hours wife, have mangled it? Wherefore, villain, did thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my Romeo. Back, foolish tears, back to your native spring. Your tributary drops belong to woe, but you mistaking offer up to joy. Romeo, that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt's dead that would have slain Romeo. All this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? Some word there was, worser than Tybalt's death that murdered me. I would forget it fain, but no! It presses to my memory, like damn guilty deeds to sinners' minds. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. Banished. That one word, banished. I've slain 10,000 Tybalts. With a rumour following Tybalt's death, Romeo is banished. To speak that word is father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. Romeo is banished. There is no end, limit, measure, bound. In that word's death, no words can that woe sound. How you to judge me that? I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where she is. Hark ye! Your Romeo will be here at night. I'll find her. She is hid at Lawrence's cell. I'll find her! And bid her come to take the last farewell.
Romeo, come forth. Come forth! Affliction is enamoured of thy parts, and thou art wedded to calamity.
Father, what news? What is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips. Not body's death, but body's banishment.
Banishment! Be merciful, say death, for exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Hence from Verona art thou banished. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. Hence banished is banished from the world, and world's exile is death.
Oh, deadly sin. Oh, rude unthankfulness, thy fault our law calls death. But the kind prince taking thy part hath rushed aside our law and turned that black word death to banishment. This is dear mercy. Thou seest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here, where Juliet lives, and every cat, every dog, every little mouse, every unworthy thing lives here in heaven and may look upon her. But Romeo may not. More validity, more honourable state, more courtship lives in carrion flies than Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand and steal a mortal blessing from her lips, who even in pure and vestal modesty still blushes thinking their own kisses sin. But Romeo may not. She is banished. Flies may do this, but I from this must fly. They are free men, and I am banished. And sayest thou yet exile is not death? Hast thou no poison mixed, no sharp crown knife, no sudden means of death, though ne'er so mean, but banished to kill me? Banished! Oh, friar, the damned use that word in hell. Howlings attended. Hast thou the heart, being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend professed to mangle me with that word banished. Hang up philosophy, unless philosophy can make a Juliet. Displant a town, reverse a prince's doom. It helps not, it prevails not. Talk no more.
Oh, then I see a madman have no ears.
Thou canst not speak of that thou dost not feel. Wait thou as young as I. Juliet thy love, and our but married Tybalt murdered, doting like me and like me banished. Then mightest thou speak. Then mightest thou tear thy hair. Fall upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of an unmade grief.
Arise, one knocks. Who's there? Romeo, arise. Thou wilt be taken, stand up.
I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome, then.
Oh, Holy Friar. Oh, tell me, Holy Friar, where is my lady's lady? Where's Romeo?
There, on the ground, with her own tears made drunk.
Even so lies she, weeping and blubbering and weeping. Stand up, for Juliet's sake. For her sake, rise and stand!
Speakest thou of Juliet? How is it with her? What says my concealed lady to our counsel love?
Oh, she says nothing, but weeps, and then falls on her bed and starts up. And on Tybalt calls, and on Romeo cries, and then down falls again.
As if that name, shot from the deadly level of a gun, did murder her as that name's cursed hand murdered her kinsman. Oh, tell me, friar, tell me, in what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lodge? Oh, tell me that I may sack the hateful mansion.
Hold, thy desperate hand! Thou hast amazed me by my holy order. I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself? Fie, thou shamest thy shape, thy love, thy wit, which like a usurer aboundest in all and usest none in that true use indeed, which should be deck, thy shape, thy love, thy wit. Thy noble shape is but a form of wax, digressing from the valour of a man. What roused thee? Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There, art thou happy? Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy too. The law that threatened death becomes thy friend and turns it to exile. There art thou happy! Go. Get thee to thy love as was decreed. Ascend her chamber, hence and comfort her, but look thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live till we can find a time to reconcile you with your friends. Beg pardon of the prince and call thee back. Go before, nurse, commend me to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes them apt unto. Romeo is coming.
Oh, Lord, I could have stayed here all night to hear such good counsel. Oh, what learning is! My lady. I will tell my lady you will come.
Do so, and bid my sweet prepare to chide.
Aye, you make haste, for it grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Go hence. Good night. And here stands all your state. Either be gone before the watch be set, or by the break of day disguised from hence. Sojourn in Mantua. I'll find out your man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap to you that chances here. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
That a joy past joy calls out on me. It were a grief so brief to part with thee. Farewell.
Things have fallen out so unluckily, sir, that we are unable to move our daughter. Look you, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly. So did I.
Well, we were born to die. 'Tis very late. Will she not come down tonight? I promise you, were it not for your company, I'd be in bed an hour ago.
These times of war afford no time to woo. Madam, good night. Commend me to your daughter.
I will, and by tomorrow I shall know her mind. Tonight she is mewed up upon her heaviness.
Sir Paris, I will make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she will be ruled by all respects by me. Nay, more, I doubt it not. Wife, go you to her bed. Acquaint her of my son Paris's love, and bid you mark you me on Wednesday next. Soft! What day is this?
Monday, my lord.
Monday. Well, Wednesday is too soon. Oh, Thursday let it be. On Thursday. Tell her that she'll be married to this noble earl. Will you be ready? Do you like this haste? We'll keep no great ado. A friend or two. For hark you! To both being slain so late, we may forth to Helen Kersley, being our kinsman. If we reveal much, then we shall have half a dozen friends. To this end, what says you to Thursday?
My lord, I would that Thursday were tomorrow.
Oh, Thursday let it be. Be gone. Wife, go you to Juliet. Prepare her against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord, that we may call it by and by. Good night.
It is not yet near day. It is a nightingale, and not the lark, that pierce the fearful hollow of thine ear. Gaily she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was a nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn. No nightingale. Look, love, what envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yonder east. Night's candles are burnt out, and jocund day stands tiptoe on the misty mountain tops. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Your light is not daylight. I know it. It is some meteor that the sun exhales. To be to thee this night a torchbearer, and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet. Thou needest not to be gone.
Let me be taken. Let me be put to death. I am content, so thou wilt have it so. Thou say yon grey is not the morning's eye. 'Tis but the pale reflex of Cynthia's brow. Nor that is not the lark, whose notes do beat the vaulty heaven so high above our heads. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. How is my soul? Let's talk, it is not day.
It is, hie hence, be gone, away. The lark is sing such, straining past his pulsing and pleasing shots. Some say the lark makes sweet division. It doth not so, she divided was. Some say the lark and love to change eyes. Oh, why would they change voices too? Since from on that voice stuff was afraid, hunting thee hence, with hunts up to the day. Oh, now be gone, more light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Mother!
Nurse!
Your lady mother is coming to your chamber.
Then, window, let day in, and let life out.
Farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Oh, thinkest thou that we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not. And all these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our time to come. Farewell.
Oh God, I have an ill-divining soul. Methinks I see thee, now, thou art below, as one dead, in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails, or thou lookest pale.
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
What? Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What, will thou wash him from his grave with tears? If thou couldst not make him live. Therefore have done. Some grief shows much of love. Much grief shows some want of wit.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling, loss.
And so shall you feel the loss, but not for the friend of which you weep for.
Feeling so the loss, cannot choose, but ever weep the friend.
Thou weepest not so much for his death, but for the villain that lived which slaughtered him.
What villain, madam?
That same villain Romeo.
God pardon him! I do, with all my heart. And yet, no man like he doth grieve my heart.
That is because the same traitor murdering lives. We will have vengeance. Weep no more, fear thou not. I will send one into Mantua, where the same renegade doth live, and I shall give her such an unaccustomed dram that she shall soon keep Tybalt company, and then I hope thou wilt be satisfied.
Indeed, I shall never be satisfied with Romeo till I behold her. Dead.
I tell thee of joyful tidings now, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they?
child, one who, to put thee from thy heaviness, hath sorted out a sudden day of joy.
Madam, in happy time. What day is that?
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morn. The valiant, young, the noble gentleman, the county Paris, at St. Peter's Church will happily make thee there a bride.
Now by St. Peter's Church, and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder at this haste that I must wed. He that should be husband comes to woo. I pray you, tell my lord and father, madam, I will not marry yet. And when I do, I swear it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate, rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Well, here comes your father. Tell him so yourself and see how he shall take it at your hands.
When the sun sets and the air doth drizzle dew, but for the sunset of my brother's son, it rains down right.
How now, conduit girl? Still in tears, evermore showering in one little body. Thou counterfeit a bark, a sea, a wind, evermore raging with thy tears, will overset thy tempest-tossed body. How now, wife? Have you done our decree?
Aye, sir, but she will none. She gives you thanks, but I will fall married to a grave.
Soft, take me with you. Take me with you. Wife, how? Will she not? Doth she not give her thanks? Doth she not count her blessed, unworthy as she is, that we've wrought so worthy a gentleman to be her bridegroom?
Not proud, you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful, even for hate, that is meant love.
How now, chopped logic, what is this? I thank you, I'm proud. Mistress Minion, thank me nor thank it nor proud me no proud, but bettle your fine joints against Thursday next to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness kind! Out, you baggage, you tallow face!
I fire you mad!
Good father, I beseech you on my knees. Hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Handy young baggage, disobedient wench. I tell thee, get thee to church on Thursday next, or never look me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me. My fingers itch. Wife, we scarce thought us blessed that God has lent us but this only child. But now I see that this one is too much, and that we've had a curse in having her. God's bread, it makes me mad! Day, night, hour, time, work, play, alone, in company. Still my care to have him matched, and now provided a gentleman of noble parentage, of fair damasus, youthful and nobly trained, stuffed, as they say, with honourable parts, proportion, I thought would wish a man to have a whining mammoth, a wench pulling fool, in fortune tender to answer, I'll not wed, I cannot love, I am too young, I pray you, pardon me. But as you will not wed, I'll pardon you. But grace, where shall you not have with me? Not to think on it. I do not use jest. Thursday is near. Lay hand on heart and advise you be mine. I give you to my friend, and you be not hard, beg, starve, die in the streets. But by my soul, I'll never lodge thee. No what is mine will do thee good. Trust to it, bethink you. I'll not be forsworn.
No pity. Sitting in the clouds, that sees unto the bottom of my grief. Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week. Or, if you do not, make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lies.
Talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I'm done with thee.
Well, thou hast comforted me marvellous much, having displaced my father to Lawrence's cell, to make confession and to be absolved.
Marry. Marry. I will. And this is wisely done.
Execution of most wicked thing! Is it more sin to wish me thus forsworn, or to dispraise my lord with that same tongue which she have praised him with, above compare, so many thousand times? Go, counsellor. Thou art my bosom, henceforth shall be twain. I'll to the friar, to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die.
On Thursday next, sir, the time is very short.
My father Capulet will have it so, and I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. Uneven is the course, I like it not.
Immoderately she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore have I little talked of love, for Venus smiles not in a house of tears. Now, sir, her father counts it dangerous that she doth give her sorrow so much sway, and, in his wisdom, hastes our marriage to stop the inundation of her tears, which, too much minded by herself alone, may be put from her by society. Now, do you know the reason of this haste?
I would I knew not why it should be slowed. Look, here comes the lady towards my cell.
Happily met my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be a wife.
That may be, must be, love. On Thursday next.
What must be, shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you to make confession to this father?
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Do not deny to him that you love me.
I will confess to you that I love.
And so will ye. I am sure that you love me.
If I do so, it will be a more price, being spoke behind your back than to your face.
Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears.
Tears have got small victory by that, for it was bad enough before their spite.
Thou wrongest them more than tears with that report.
That is no slander, sir, which is a truth. And what I spake it to my face.
And thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
That may be so, for it is not mine own. Are you at leisure, Holy Father, now? Or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter. Now, my lord, we must entreat the time alone.
God shield I should disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early will I arouse you. Till then, adieu. And keep this holy kiss.
Oh, shut the door! When thou hast done so, come weep with me. Past hope, past cure, past help.
Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strays me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it. On Thursday next be married to this county.
Tell me not, friar, thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If, in thy wisdom, thou can give no help, do thou recall my resolution wise, and with this knife I'll help it presently. God join my heart, and Romeo's through our hand. And in this hand, Romeo's sealed, should be unable to another deed. And my true heart and friendship will turn to another. This shall slay them both. For long experience time, give me some present counsel. For behold, twixt my extremes, this bloody knife shall play the umpire, arbitrating that which the commission of thy years and art could to no issue to honor bring. Be not so long to speak, and long to die!
Hold! Daughter, I do spy a kind of hope which craves as desperate an execution. Is that is desperate which we would prevent if, rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then it is likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away the shame, that copest with death himself to escape from it. And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy. Go home, be merry, give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Let not thy nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this phial. Being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humour, for no pulse shall keep his native progress, but to cease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. Each part deprived of supple government shall stiff and stark and cold appear like death. And in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua, and this shall free thee from this present shame. No inconstant toy, nor womanish fear, abate thy valour in the acting it.
Give me! Give me! Oh, tell not me of fear!
Hold! Get you gone. Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua, with my letters to thy lady.
Love, give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father.
Are you busy? Oh, need you my help?
No, madam. We have called such necessaries as are beholden for our state tomorrow. So please you, let me now be left alone, and let the nurse's night sit up with you, for I am sure you have your hands full all in this so sudden business.
Get thee to bed and rest. Thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint cold fear thrills through my veins. There's almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back again to comfort me. Ned! What should you do here? A dismal scene. I needs must act alone. Come, fire. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? No. No. This shall forbid it. Lie thou there. What if it be a poison, which the friar simply had ministered to have me dead? Lest in this marriage he should be dishonoured, because he married me before to Romeo. I fear it is. And yet,
should not, for he has still been tried a holy man. How if, when I am laid into the tomb, I awake before the time that Romeo come to redeem me? There's a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth no healsome air breathes in? And there die strangled ere my Romeo comes. Or, if I wake, is it not very like the horrible conceit of death and night, together with the terror of the place, as in a vault, an ancient receptacle, where, for these many hundred years, the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed, where bloody Tybalt, yet McGreen and Eve lies festering in a shroud, where, as they say, at some hours in the night, spirits resort, and like a legacy not like that, so early waking, what with blows and smells, and shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth, the living mortals hearing them run mad. Oh, if I wake, shall I not be distraught, environed with all these hideous fears, and madly play with my four barbarous joints, and pluck the mangled tibble from his shroud, and in this rage, with some great kinsman's bone, as with a club, dash out my desperate brains. Oh, look! Methinks I see my cousin's ghost, seeking out Romeo, that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay! Tybalt! Stay! Romeo, I come. This do I drink to thee.
Mistress! What mistress? Juliet! Fast thy warrantation. My love! My lady! Far you slug abed. Mistress! Sweetheart! Why, pray! What? Dressed. And in your clothes and down again. I must needs bring you. Lady. Lady. Lady! Alas! Alas! Help! Help! My lady is dead! My lord, my lady!
What noise is here?
Oh, lamentable day!
What's the matter?
Look! Look of every day!
Oh, me. Oh, me. My child. My only life. Look up. Revive. Or I'll die with thee. Help. Help. Call out!
For shame, bring Juliet forth. Her lord is come.
She is dead. Deceased. She is dead, alack the day!
Alack the day. She's dead. She's dead. She's dead!
Let me see. Out. Alas. She's cold. Her blood settled. Her joints are stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated. Death lies upon her like an untimely frost. Upon the sweetest flower of all the field. That death hath turned hence. That makes me wail and ties up my tongue will not let me speak.
Come, Is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. Oh, son, that night before thy wedding day, of death, lay with thy wife.
Have I thought long to see this morning's face, and nothing give me such a sight as this?
Cursed, unhappy, wretchful, hateful day! Most miserable hour in thy soul, in lasting labour of its pilgrimage. But one poor and loving child, but one to have rejoiced and have solace in him, a cruel death have catched him from my sight.
Beguiled, divorced, wronged, spited, slain. O most detestable death by thee, beguiled by cruel, cruel thee. O love, O life, not life, but loving death.
Despised, hated, murdered, killed. Uncomfortable time, why comest thou now? To murder our solemnity. Oh child, my soul and not my child. Dead art thou. My child is dead. And with my child, my joys are buried.
Priest! Oh, for shame. Confusion's cure lives not in these confusions. Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid, now heaven hath all, and all the better it is for the maid. Your part in her you could not keep from death, but heaven keeps his part in eternal life. Dry up your tears and stick your rosemary on this fair cause, and, as the custom is, in all her best array bear her to church, for that fond nature bids us unlament. Yet nature's tears are reason's merriment.
All things that we ordain the festival, turn from their office to black funeral, our instruments to melancholy bells, our wedding cheer to sad burial feast, our solemn hymns to sullen dangerous change, our bridal flowers to serve for a better cause. All things that we change them to the contrary.
Sir, go you in, and madam, go with him, and go, Sir Paris. Everyone prepare to follow this fair course unto her grave. The heavens do law upon you for some ill. Move them no more by crossing their high will.
Trust the flattering truth of sleep. My dreams presage some joyful news at hand. My bosom's Lord sits lightly in his throne, and all this day an unaccustomed spirit lifts me above the ground with cheerful thoughts. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. Strange dream. Gives a dead man leave to think, and breathed such kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Huh. Oh, sweet is love and self-possessed, when but love's shadows are so rich in joy. News from Verona. How now, Balthazar, dost thou not bring me any letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How fares my Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well. Can nothing be ill? Her body sleep in Capel's monument, and her immortal part where Angel lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and took it upon post to tell you. Oh, pardon me for bringing this ill news, since you did leave it for my office, madam.
So, then I defy you, stars!
I do beseech you, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
Tush, art thou deceived? Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lady.
No matter. Get thee gone, and hire those horses, I'll be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. See for means. Oh, mischief, thou art swift to enter in the thoughts of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary. And if a man did need poison now, whose sale is present death in Mantua, here lives a caitiff wretch would sell it him. Come, cordial, not poison. Go with me to Juliet's grave, for there I must use thee.
Now must I to the monument alone. Within 3 hours will fair Juliet wake, and she will beshrew me much that Romeo hath had no notice of these accidents. But I will write again to Mantua, and keep her at my cell till Romeo come. Poor living corse closed in a dead man's tomb.
Sweet flower, with flowers thy bridal bed I strew. Oh woe, thy canopy is dust and stones. With sweet water, nightly I will dew. Or wanting thou with tears distill my moans. The obsequies that I for thee will keep, nightly shall be to strew thy grave and weep. O cursed foot wanders this way tonight, to cross me and my true love's right. Lord, with a torch, muffle me night a while.
Hold. Take this letter early in the morning. See thou deliver it to my lord and father. Give me the light. Upon thy life, whatever thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof and do not interrupt me in my cause. But if thou jealous, does not return to pry in what I further shall intend to do, by heaven, I will tear thee joint by joint and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. The time in my intents is savage wild, more fierce and more inexorable far than empty tigers or the roaring sea.
I will be gone and not to trouble you.
So shalt thou show me friendship. Live and be prosperous, and farewell, good fellow.
For all the same, I'll hide my head about. Her looks I fear, and her intents I doubt.
Thou detestable maw, thou worm of death, gorge with the dearest morsel of the earth. Thus I enforce thy rotten jaws to open, and in despite, I'll cram thee with more food.
This is that banished haughty Montague, that murdered my love's cousin, with which grief it is supposed the fair creature died, and here has come to do some villainous shame through dead bodies. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed, and therefore came I hither. Good, gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man. Fly hence and leave me think upon these gone. Let them affright thee, I beseech thee, youth, put not another sin upon my head by urging me to fury. Oh, be gone!
Oh! Oh! Oh!
What said my man? When my betossed soul did not attend him as we rode. I think he told me Paris should have married Juliet. Said he not so? Did I dream it so? Or am I mad, hearing him talk of Juliet, to think it was so? Give me thy hand. One writ with me in sour misfortune's book. I'll bury thee in a triumphant grave. A grave! Oh no. A lantern slaughtered youth. Here lies Juliet, and her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence of light. Death, lie thou there, by a dead man interred. How oft when men are at the point of death have they been merry, which their keepers call a lightning before death. Oh, how may I call this a lightning? Oh, my love, death that had sucked the honey of thy breath hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered. Beauty's in sign yet is crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks. And death's pale flag is not yet advanced there. Tybalt! Liest thou there in thy bloody sheet? Or what more favour can I do to thee than with thy hand that cut thy youth in twain to sunder his that was thine enemy? Forgive me, cousin! Ah, Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean, abhorred monster keeps thee here in the dark to be his paramour? For fear of that, I will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here will I remain with worms that are thy chambermaids. Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this wear-wearied flesh. Eyes look your last, arms take your last embrace, and lips, oh, you, the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct. Come, unsavoury guide. Thou desperate pilot, now at once run on the dashing rocks thy seasick weary bark. Here's to my love. Dear apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Those were the kids. I die.
St. Francis be my speed! How oft a night have my old feet stumbled at graves. Who's there?
Here's one of friends, and one that knows you well.
Bliss be upon you. Tell me, good my friend, what torch is yon that vainly lends his light to grubs and eyeless skulls, as I discern it burneth in the capel's monument?
If doth so holy say, then there's my mistress, one that you love.
Who is it?
Romeo.
How long hath she been there?
Full half an hour.
Come with me to the vault.
I dare not say. My mistress knows not when I'm gone hence. I'm fearful. Did menace me with death, but did stay to look on it intense.
Stay, then. I'll go alone. Fear comes upon me. Oh, much I fear some ill unlucky thing.
As I did sleep under this yew tree here, I dreamt my mistress and another fought, and my mistress slew him.
Romeo!
Where is my lady? I do remember well where I should be. And there I am. Where is my Romeo? Was here, close in my true love's hand, poison I see, and be in her timeless end. Oh, chill! Tranquil! And left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips. Haply, some poison, yet don't hang on them, to make me die of a restorative. Thy lips are warm. Ye, noise, and I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger, this is thy sheath. There, rust, and let me die!
Or what should it be then, that they show shriek aboard?
People in the streets cry Romeo. Some Juliet, some Paris. And all run with open outcry towards our monument.
Sovereign, here lies the county Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead, before war anew killed.
Oh heavens! Oh wife! Look how our daughter bleeds!
The sight of death as a bell warms my old age to support her.
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while, till we can clear these ambiguities and know their spring, their head, their true descent. Meantime, forbear, and let mischance be slave to patience. Say at once what thou dost know in this.
I will be brief, for my short date of breath is not so long as is a tedious tale. Romeo, there dead, was husband to that Juliet, and Juliet, there dead, was that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from the city, for who, and not for Tybalt, Juliet pined.
I brought my mistress news upon Juliet's death, and then a post she came from Mantua, to the same place, to the same monument. This letter here she early bid me give her father, and threatened me with death for going in the vault. I departed not, and left her there.
I will raise her statue in pure gold, and that while Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo by her ladies lie, all sacrifices are empty.
The glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo. All are punished!
you.